So I had this hat, and it was great. I got it in Manayunk. It was orange and green checkers. I love this hat, and I took it everywhere with me. But one day I couldn't find it. I looked all over my apartment. I had this vague memory of putting it inside, on the inside pocket of a jacket. The pocket had a hole in it, and I was like, but it's all right because I know I'll find it again. Because nobody had this hat. I mean, it was orange and green checkers. Nobody has this hat. And the city is not that big. I just had this, I had this feeling, you know, I had this sense I would just see it on somebody and I would know that it was mine. So one morning actually, I was walking back to my apartment, November 14th, 2004. It was the day after my birthday, and you know, I stayed at a friend's house that night, and what that means is that I went to Ray's happy birthday and met a friend and stayed at their apartment. So walking home, I live right down the street actually, above Twist Hair Salon, and I'm like on my block, and I see this woman wearing my hat. And I was like, oh my God. So I walked up and I was like, excuse me, did you find that hat? And she's like, yes. And I was like, well, it's my hat. I lost it. She's like, oh, that's nice. I was like, well, can I have it back? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, no. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, this is my hat. This is my hat. She worked across the street from my apartment. She had seen me on multiple occasions. And I'm like, I live here and you have my hat. Like, what? How can you not give it back to me? We're practically neighbors. So, so I was like, this fucking bitch. So I go back to my apartment, and I call my friend Jessie, and I was like, Jessie, can you believe what just happened? And she's like, we gotta get it back! So we meet at Tattooed Moms, and that day they're having like, you know, you can like trace your hand and put feathers on, because it's right before, you can like make your own turkey. It's right before Thanksgiving, so anyway, we take all their like drawing utensils and everything, their feathers and markers, and we write out this plan how we're gonna get the hat back. You know, and after a few PBRs, you know, we had enough confidence to do it. So anyway, we went around the block. I hid in the doorway, like next to the doorway of this building, of this furniture store. And my friend went inside and was like, excuse me, but can you tell me the price of this piece of furniture outside? So this woman comes out, and while she is like looking at this piece of furniture, I run up from behind her and I grab my hat off of her head, and we run down the street. We're like booking down the street. We're like, fuck you, bitch! And I had the sense that like she thought it was funny too, but maybe that's not true at all. So I mean, okay, so the epilogue of the story is, I mean, she knew where I lived. I lived right across the street from her place of employment. So like later that day, my roommate's like, he's like, Erin, you have egg all over your apartment door. And I was like, touche.
Touche.
Oh, and then like the epilogue of the epilogue is just like later I had to pull in front of the building of her work one day for like 2 seconds just to get something from my apartment, and of course, and I had been playing it so safe, not letting her see my car or anything. And I pull in front of her building, and she walks up to open the door, and she was just like, you really shouldn't be parking here. And like when I came back, my car was keyed. Anyway, well, there's more for another date, but anyway, thank you.